Hey there. So most of my life, I always thought that I was an introvert. I think I figured out what the word introvert meant in like fourth grade. And I think I just ran with it because it's like, okay, yeah, I'm different from the other people. Yeah, I stand out. I think that's why I labeled myself with the introvert thing, because everyone in my school was pretty much extroverted. At least majority of people were extroverted. I ended up labeling myself with the introvert kind of thing because I was very different from other people. I was very chronically unlined from a very young age, which is a very bad thing. And everyone else was very, I don't know how to describe everyone else. They were very, extroverted, how you think of extrovert people in high school or middle school. They were very, yeehaw, man. You know what I mean? Yeehaw. A lot of them were very yeehaw, is what I would say, which is not a bad thing. I will say that's not a bad thing on their part. I don't mix well with yeehaw, all right? This feels like I feel like I'm phrasing it very wrong right now. What's another way to describe them? They were very in touch with the land is what I should say. Culturally, they were very in touch with the land. And I was not. When they start talking about, oh yeah, we farm. I can't wait for harvest this year. I wouldn't know what that means. I just could not fit in. All right, I was a city kid, and I lived in kind of like a country-esque area. So for a very long time, I would label myself as an introvert. I felt more comfortable when I was alone. I enjoyed myself more when I was alone, not in a weird way. I just liked being alone. Then, of course, in 2020, COVID happened and everyone became isolated. I started doing school online and yeah. I actually really enjoyed COVID for the most part. I didn't have to be around people that I didn't fit well with. I had very bad social anxiety back then as well, so I didn't have to go out of my comfort zone. I could just join a Zoom class, which was already very socially anxiety inducing, by the way. I felt very stressed out joining Zoom classes. But yeah, I could just embrace my introverted self, and I was fine. I was enjoying it, right? Now, over time, we thought COVID was going to end relatively soon. It didn't. And it got to the point where, I didn't like online school. So I didn't drop out per se. I didn't drop out of high school, but I did an early graduation where I kind of sped through my last years of high school, which kind of meant that I missed my graduation ceremony. I remember distinctively that I bought a Pepsi, drank it in my basement alone, doing the Mr. Beast, clicking challenge, I think. I think that's what happened. But yeah, that's kind of how I celebrated my graduation. It was very isolated. It was very alone. Then, around that period, I started realizing how fucking alone I was. I was such a loner. I had zero friends at this point. Zero friends. No bitches. All right, that was a hard word to say. I'm sorry. No loving partner, and I had really no one. I had family, which I didn't really realize at the time, which made me very depressed. But so I just felt alone, extremely alone. And then years started going by because this was in 2021. We went to 2022. Kind of the same thing. I still was very introverted and missed people. And then, 2022 happened and I started realizing, or no, not 2022, 2023 happened. 2 years went by of me just being introverted, alone, and sad and depressed. Then in 2023, I started to realize that, I'm not happy when I'm an introvert, clearly. I don't feel happy when I'm alone. That's something that I'm realizing now because I'm starting to correlate it together in my head. So I realized quickly that maybe being around people isn't that bad. I quickly learned this when a lot of my family got together and we all were, hanging out with alcohol. Alcohol was involved, fair warning. I drank a lot of alcohol that night with my family and I got very drunk with my family, incredibly intoxicated. I vaguely remember a few flashing moments of what happened that night. Dare say I was sitting in the corner because I was a little too much. What I mean about that is I think I was just talking a lot and then I shut myself up because I realized that I was intoxicated and didn't know what I was saying. So I just sat down in a corner and was trying to wait it out. Eventually, me and my sister and my cousin ended up just walking around the city and, you know, tried to go to the bar and then realized that it's closed. And then we walked back home. It was actually a very fun night. Looking back at it, I enjoyed it very much. I will say that was a pretty fun night. Probably because a lot of it was alcohol involved. I probably really enjoyed that alcohol, but I enjoyed being around family. Now, I don't want to say that's the part where I realized I enjoyed being around people, but it really was kind of a big distinctive memory where I could be around people and I enjoyed it. Yeah, and bear warning, most of my family isn't from where I am, so they were all visiting for a while. Yeah, now that they're gone, I don't have anyone to hang out with. I still have no friends, 0 friends. If anyone's watching this and they know me in real life, please be my friend, please. Now, where was I? So after my family left, I kind of had the idea that, wow, that was a very fun weekend. I mean, the terms of it were very sad. I'm not going to get into that, but it was, I enjoyed being around family quite a lot. That was very nice. Now, after this point, I was like, all right, maybe I am an extrovert. So I messaged like 1 or 2 people that I knew if they wanted to hang out. None of them really wanted to hang out with me. So that was kind of fucking sad. Yeah, a lot of people that I knew around where I live it's like they didn't really like me. So, you know, all in all, not much has changed. I've changed a lot as a person, but I guess, you know, they haven't changed very much. I like to imagine people that I knew years ago changed significantly and improved significantly in life, but I don't really know at the end of the day. I haven't really spoken to them. I'm sure a lot of people have changed for the better. I'm sure a lot of people have grown as people, individuals as well. I just haven't really spoken to many people, which is kind of sucky, but you know. Regardless, I eventually went on another family reunion, had a blast with family. This time, no alcohol. I enjoyed it very much. It was very fun. And that proved to me I could have fun without alcohol. That's right. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, I kind of just want to hang out with more people now. I've been more willing to fly to my online friends. I have a lot of online friends. You can't go 4 to 5 years of life without 0 social experience. So I do talk a lot with my online friends. Not as much as recently. Recently I haven't been doing it very much because I'm doing a lot of YouTube videos. Should check them out. But yeah. Overall, the moral of the story is if you're an introvert, there's a very, very good chance that you're a mix. You're probably a mix of introvert. You're probably a mix of extrovert. I'm sure a lot of people already know this. I think it takes a lot of life experience to figure it out. Not a lot. Realistically, I'm 18. I'm still a child. But it does take, you know, a realization to realize that you can be an introvert, you can be an extrovert, you can be a mix of both, and to not completely isolate yourself. That was an idiot move of Aiden, all right? Dumbass move, all right? Keep some friends around. I gotta work on that. I'll probably have to go to a college somewhere very far away when I can afford it. Canadian government, fuck you. Fuck yeah, regardless. Make education free, please. Anyways, that was my spiel. Anyways, go watch this video here where I talked about how I quit music for 30 days and it really changed my life emotionally. It has done a lot for me. So go watch that video right here.